All right, Ruthless fans, this is another Tally video. If you saw my other video, I don't know what I'll title that one. How is Tally still alive? Why the hell is Tally still alive? I don't know. Depends on the monetization. Got to be careful what I put in the title. But yeah, welcome to this video. We are going to talk about the potential Tally and Brian team up in a future episode of Ruthless. Now, if you watched episode 7, seriously, it is Saturday. It is May the 2nd. I'm recording this video on Saturday, which is about what? About 48 hours after the episode has been uploaded to BET Plus. Friendly reminder, if you have not watched episode 7, watch it. Or if you don't feel like investing 40 minutes, you could actually just watch my episode review, which is on the channel now, but I'd recommend watching the episode. Even though, in my opinion, my least favorite episode of the series so far, but that's saying something. It's like, Jeremy, that's your least favorite, but guess what? That means 6 episodes before it were really good. So, at the end of the episode, when Brian and the sheriff are about to leave the compound, Brian wants to speak with one of the members one-on-one. And unfortunately, Daikon was not able to follow behind, even though he really wanted to. Sorry, Daikon, this is not how it works. On The Bachelor, when you pick one person for a one-on-one date, another person can't come along, except for the cameraman. So, when they're talking, towards the end of their conversation, Tally, who is actually doing a great job putting on an act, smiling the entire time to make it seem like things were going well, she's like, the longer you're here, the more likely I will be to get killed. It's like, oh, really? And basically, she arranges a meetup. I go to the market on Thursdays. You can talk to me then. Brian obliges. She's like, let me put on a show. And he actually falls in line pretty well in terms of the way she's setting it up. So Brian has been asking questions, badgering for answers when no would not suffice, and then that was enough for the highest to get the sheriff and Brian out of there. So think of it this way. Remember when Poke in episode 6, Poke was talking to one of the female members of the Rakadushis, while I believe Manny, who was the male member with the group of women at the market, he was speaking to Dale, the guy behind the counter at the deli section of the market. I believe the young girl was pointed out by Dale to have handed her phone number over to Poke, and Manny was like, you're going to be punished for that. You're not supposed to be talking to people, which begs the question, how would Tally and Brian communicate if they meet up when she goes to the market on Thursdays? I'm assuming someone like Andrew or Daikon would be the one to escort a small group of the women to the market. I mean, maybe that's how it goes. Or maybe Ruth goes because being an elder, she's able to watch over the others. I really don't fully understand the outside routine of the Rakadushis. Like, is it always one or two males who grow with a group of females? Or are the women not trusted to go out on their own? I'm not 100% certain, but in any case, all we know is that Brian and Tally are supposed to meet at some point on Thursday at the market to discuss things. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. This could be part of the plan. You could make the argument, and that goes back to my How is Tally Still Alive video. Does Tally decide to go with Brian and escape? Maybe she's caught talking with Brian and then she gets beaten as a result. And remember, if things somehow try to line up with the Oval again, and no, I'm not going to rant in this video about how the hell's Tally is still alive, because technically she should be dead right now. All we know is that she shows up at Nancy's house at night, so maybe she escapes. I don't know. It is a possibility, but I think she's going to hold things out by telling Brian vital information. Maybe Brian gets that information, and then him and the sheriff and a bunch of cops, or maybe the FBI, I don't know exact. Well, yeah, the feds should be involved due to the fact that, you know, Lynn has been compromised, and, you know, Sarah wants to get Andrew back. Maybe there's like this huge falling out at the compound. Tally escapes, Ruth doesn't, and gets killed. They aren't able to get their children back, and then that's how Tally makes it to Nancy's house in the Oval, because there's this giant Infinity War. Look, sorry, I was watching Disney Plus this morning, okay? I was watching Endgame and Infinity War. Well, not the whole movies, but just the fight scene. So I got that on my mind. But that would be cool. Is like the highest would be Thanos, and then Brian could be like Captain America, and the feds and the police officers could be the Avenger side, And then the Rakadushi members would be the Dark Order and the Outsider. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty damn cool. Yeah, look at that. I just made Tyler Perry Cinematic Universe. Boom. I really need to add a rim shot sound effect to these videos. But in any case, what exactly would the conversation be like? You know, would Brian ask certain questions about Daikon, or, you know, how are things done? I feel like maybe, well, notice it this way. Maybe Tally will write stuff down and hand it off to Brian, kind of like, you know, how she gave a photo of her daughter to Nancy and had all this vital information about the Rakadushis, about their known locations. So it is a possibility that Tally, instead of them talking, she just hands off information like a spy. That way it's just sorry, I can't talk today. That way it's more discreet than them having a full-on conversation, because I don't see how Tally would be able to get away from, let's say, Daikon or Andrew in order to have a full conversation. But honestly, I feel like based on the fact that Andrew and Brian had a conversation for a while in this episode, maybe Andrew is the male that's sent to the market with Ruth, Tally, and a couple of the females. I don't know how it's going to play out. But either way, let me know what you think. Do you think that Tally and Brian will be able to successfully meet up in the market in order to have a discussion? I do think, now that I really think about it more, Andrew might be the male member that goes along with them to the market, due to the fact that he's suspicious about Brian. Maybe he brings it up to the highest, and because of that, he allows it. I don't know if Daikon's going to tag along or not. We'll have to wait and see. But maybe if Andrew goes with Tally and maybe even Ruth to the market, this could be Andrew's way of showing Tally that he is trustworthy again. So that might alleviate her suspicions of him. So either way, it's going to be interesting to say the least. But, you know, we'll go from there in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, Patreon people, shout out to you all. Social media links in the description below. You know the drill by now. We are closing in on 117,000 subscribers. And the view count keeps going up. It wouldn't surprise me if we hit 23 million views by either the end of this month or sometime in June. So thank you all for the continued support. It really does mean a lot. Also, check out my eBay store. I got some items ending within the next 48 hours. Remember, free shipping on everything. And with that being said, hope you have a great weekend. And I cannot wait until episode 8.